What's going on, everybody? You're here live and direct with Linval Ritchie. I'm 22 years old. I was born and raised in Jamaica. I came here about 2004. Just like everybody else, I went to school, got a part-time job, do all the things I was supposed to do. You know, Unfortunately, unlike a lot of young guys, you find yourself getting in trouble and doing the wrong things, But for me, I was always able to stay on task and make sure I did what I had to do. I was going to school for paralegal, a lot of people are like, whoop-de-doo, but you have to understand, with every field you go into now, it's a very competitive field. And if you're not the best, then unfortunately, you're wasting your time, I'm not trying to sound bitter, but it's reality, right? A lot of people now are graduating school and are not getting any jobs. When I go to Humber, there's a post that says about 70% of students going to school and graduating will not find a part-time job, leaving only 30% of people getting the job. So are you gonna go and waste all that money on OSAP and whatever it is just to go to school and you're not guaranteed an outcome? Well, for me, that's why I started looking at network marketing and Wake Up Now. Prior to Wake Up Now, I was involved in a company that was selling services like internet, heating, and stuff like that. But that company wasn't working for me because a lot of people already had that service, and unfortunately, they didn't want to just switch over to another company right away, right? Some were very committed to Rogers, Telus, and companies like that. So, I was always open-minded to network marketing, the opportunity. So one of my friends brought it up to me after I was finishing school, and it was perfect because I was out of school and I was looking for a void because it was summertime. I was looking to go back to school to finish my last year in college. And then he started talking about this big idea of networking and leveraging your effort. So I started taking him in, and then he showed me this 7-minute video, and this video basically showed these products about saving, managing, and making money. So I started taking that in, and then from then I started going out to a couple meetings, house meetings, training, whatnot, and then I started learning, and that's when I realized, Wake Up Now. I want to take a second to give my team a shout out. Canada Takeover. Right now we're doing wonderful things, making Canada very significant to the growth of Wake Up Now, because right now we're here duplicating and training the system to create leaders, right? We are making sure that all of our members have the right training. We're not giving people information and then not giving them support. We're giving them everything they need to run a successful business. And that's the thing I want to talk about. When it comes to you bringing somebody to Wake Up Now, you have to make sure that you have time and the ability to support that person, because in a way, you're kind of, not say babysitting, but you have to kind of watch out for the well-being of that person, because it's like a new mind. You have to nurture it and watch it and make sure it's growing properly. You don't want somebody to just come on board and then they start spamming right away. You want to make sure they take the time to learn the material and start duplicating the system. Right now, we're emphasizing on duplication. We're here taking the time to make sure that every member is equipped with the right tools they need to be successful. We're branding ourselves the right way, being professionals, and creating leaders, right? We're emphasizing that people have to stick to the simple method of duplication. That's really all this business is about, right? If you want to be successful in network marketing, you have to know the simplest way to teach somebody the ways of how to run a successful business, right? And if you make it too complex for that person, it's not going to be as easy to follow. So that's why we take the time to properly train our team members. Don't go on and take more than you could chew. Don't go sign up people and then at the end of the day you can't give them the right time that they need to come to a meeting, or set up a home meeting or three-way call. You want to make sure you're available to your team members. So again, guys, duplication is key. Let's make it happen. Wake them up now.